Greetings to our cherished family of truth seekers. Welcome back to the only sanctuary where the complexities of human relationships are unraveled with the care and depth they deserve. You are watching Whatever You Need, and today, we are about to embark on a narrative journey that warms the heart as much as it intrigues the mind. We are stepping away from the scandals and the conflicts to explore a story of redemption, understanding, and the healing power of communication. Before we delve into the intricate details of a family drama that has been whispered about for years, I must ask you to take a pivotal step in supporting our mission. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Whatever You Need right now. Activate that notification bell so you are the first to know when the truth comes to light. And for those who wish to be the pillars of this community, the join button is your gateway to exclusive support. Your engagement, your likes, your comments feeds the algorithm and allows us to bring you these high-quality narratives. Now, let us turn the page to a new chapter in the lives of Karen Burson, Hand Ursel, and her sister, Gams Ursel. The truth, often shrouded in the mists of speculation and rumor, has finally pierced through the clouds, illuminating a reality that is far more human and relatable than the sensationalist headlines would have us believe. For months, arguably years, the gossip columns have been rife with whispers of a profound coldness, a glacial distance between two key figures in Hand Ursel's life, her beloved partner, Karen Burson, and her protective sister, Gams Ursel. The narrative sold to the public was one of crisis, of hidden conflicts, and perhaps even dislike. However, at Gams Ursel's recent birthday celebration, the curtain was pulled back to reveal the actual machinery of their estrangement. It has been revealed, much to the surprise of the cynical celebrity world, that the distance which has defined their relationship for so long was not born of a catastrophic event or a painful, unforgivable incident. There was no grand betrayal, no shouted arguments. Instead, it was a tragedy of good intentions gone awry, a situation that began with the purest of motives but festered over time in the dark soil of misunderstanding. The roots of this silent discord stretch back to the very nascent stages of Karen Burson and Hand Ursel's romance, a time when new love is fragile and the eyes of the world are most intrusive. To understand the present, we must excavate the past. According to deep-rooted allegations and fresh insights, the initial friction was a classic case of crossed wires. In those early days, Karen Burson, a man known for his professionalism and intense privacy, made a conscious decision to keep his personal life as far removed from the ravenous public eye as possible. His primary motivation was protection. He sought to shield Hand from the relentless, crushing pressure of the tabloid press, to create a sanctuary where their relationship could breathe without the suffocation of flashbulbs. This attitude stemmed entirely from the profound respect and care he felt for Hand. However, communication is a two-way street, and silence is often a blank canvas upon which people paint their own insecurities. Gams Ursel, observing from the sidelines with the fierce, unyielding instinct of a sister, perceived Karen's behavior through a different lens. Where Karen saw a protective shield, Gams saw a wall. Thinking her sister might be emotionally strained or vulnerable during that transition period, Gams interpreted Karen's distant, guarded behavior not as a deference to privacy, but as a deference to her and the family. She mistook his caution for coldness, his desire for privacy as a lack of integration. It was a few minor miscommunications, small moments of silence where words should have been spoken, that planted the seeds of a misunderstanding that would grow like weeds over the years. A meeting that Karen Burson postponed with the casual, optimistic thought of "we'll make it up to you later, when things calm down," was perceived by Gams as a lack of priority, a signal of indifference. In the sensitive ecosystem of a close-knit family, presence is the currency of care. When that currency was not paid, however valid the reason, the debt of resentment began to accrue. Over time, this silence deepened. It became easier for both sides to avoid the confrontation than to risk an awkward conversation. An invisible, yet impenetrable wall grew between them, brick by brick, silence by silence. For years, this distance was perceived by the outside world, and perhaps even by the parties involved, as a settled coldness. The two, striving to avoid any open conflict that might distress Hand, chose the path of least resistance, avoidance. They chose not to broach the subject, allowing the unspoken tension to fill the room whenever they were in proximity. They preferred distance to the risk of harboring or expressing negative thoughts. Behind the scenes, it was frequently rumored that Hand Ursel, the bridge between these two islands, was performing an exhausting emotional balancing act. She was trying desperately to maintain equilibrium, to avoid being caught in the crossfire of silence, and therefore preferred not to exacerbate the situation by forcing a confrontation. She lived in the hope that time would heal what words had failed to address. A heartfelt, raw conversation took place before the birthday festivities began. It is said that this dialogue, which resolved the long-standing issue within hours, was defined by vulnerability. Karam reportedly expressed sincere regret for how his behavior had been perceived, clarifying his original intentions of protection and privacy. In turn, Gams admitted that she had perhaps distanced herself too much, driven by an overprotective instinct toward her sister. It was a meeting of minds and hearts, where the ghosts of the past were finally laid to rest. The birthday celebration itself felt like a harbinger of this new era, a victory lap for their reconciliation. Karam Bursin's attendance at Gams Ursel's birthday party was not just a mandatory appearance, it was a statement. The intimate photos they took together, the frames filled with genuine laughter, and their warm, animated conversations did not go unnoticed by the guests or the press. The relief was palpable. The spontaneous smiles on their faces indicated that the estrangement was not just patched over but completely finished. According to those present at the party, there was absolutely no sense of past tension in the air. The awkwardness that had characterized their previous interactions had evaporated, replaced by a genuine familial warmth. This encounter served as a powerful public indication that Karam Bursin has further strengthened his ties with Hand Ursel's family, cementing his place within their inner circle. I want to pause here for a moment and ask you, the insightful viewers, of whatever you need. Have you ever had a relationship in your life that was damaged simply because of a lack of communication? Have you ever judged someone as cold when they were actually just shy or protective? We would love to hear your personal stories of reconciliation in the comments below. Your experiences add so much value to our community. And please, if you are finding this story uplifting, consider hitting that super thanks button or joining our channel membership to support positive storytelling. With the truce between Karam Bursin and Gams Ursel signed and sealed, Hand Ursel reportedly breathed a massive sigh of relief. Sources say she is incredibly happy about the new harmony between her family and her boyfriend. Unlike the frequent breakups and feuds that pollute the world of celebrity gossip, this story has a happy ending, with distance giving way to sincerity. Following this reconciliation, rumors suggest that the new communication between Karam and Gams is quite strong. Perhaps stronger than it ever could have been without the trial of the past. It is claimed that, after the birthday celebration, the couple began spending more time together, and Karam became more visible, especially at family dinners. Karam, who previously preferred to keep his distance, is said to no longer hesitate to have one-on-one conversations with Gams. They are even reportedly exchanging ideas about joint projects and social responsibility initiatives, finding common ground in their professional passions. According to sources close to the couple, Gams Ursel has seen more clearly during this period exactly how Karam is approaching Hand, and the deep seriousness with which he takes their relationship. In particular, Karam's profound respect for Hand's career, his unwavering support for her difficult decisions, and his refusal to interfere in her autonomy have completely changed Gams' perspective on him. Once it became clear that this attitude, previously described as too distant, was actually intended to empower and protect Hand, years of resentment gave way to deep understanding and respect. One detail from the birthday celebration was particularly noteworthy and touching. Karam Bursin's heartfelt words to Gams Ursel during a toast, and her subsequent affectionate response, clearly indicated that the ice had completely melted. There were no barriers left. This development came as a great relief to Hand. It's being said in gossip circles that Hand, who had long been trying to maintain a balance, now feels much more at ease. She reportedly told close friends, with a heart full of emotion, "This is what I wanted most." The restoration of harmony between her family and her boyfriend has motivated Hand in both her personal and professional life. A burden has been lifted. The revelation that this estrangement, frequently exaggerated in the tabloid press and fueled by various dark theories, was due to a simple lack of communication, has also led to comments such as "not everything you hear is true." It turns out there was never an open fight, no harsh words exchanged, no scandal. Only unexpressed feelings created the distance. Now, however, the situation is completely different. The scene is one of long, drawn-out conversations around the dinner table, shared laughter, and leaving the past behind. Gams Ursul's birthday, in this sense, was a milestone, a special evening where the past was closed and a new chapter began. According to behind-the-scenes rumors, this reconciliation also sends extremely positive signals about the future of Kerem Bürsin and Hande Erçel's relationship. This warm, familial bond is interpreted as a sign that the relationship is progressing on a solid foundation, ready for whatever the future holds. Thank you for journeying with us through this heartwarming story of reconciliation. It is a reminder that sometimes, one conversation can change everything. You have been watching Whatever You Need. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. And remember, for those who want to support us further, the join button is waiting for you. Until next time, keep your hearts open and your communication clear. Goodbye.